Hey everybody, welcome to the next episode of the Strand Tennis Center podcast, filled with tips, advice, tennis, not tennis, just life advice too, whatever you need. Like it on YouTube, share it on the podcast as well. Thank you. All right, everybody, welcome to the Strand Tennis Center podcast. I'm Steve Capo. I'm your host. We're going to talk about Jannik Sinner today, a little topical thing about his suspension. And we have Natalie here because she's got incredible insight on Jannik Sinner, right?
I wouldn't say incredible, but...
Incredible. But Jannik Sinner failed the test twice last year, right? And they said he was absolved. It was because he was getting treatment for a cut, and there happened to be a steroid in the treatment, and it was such a small amount, blah, blah, blah. But the problem is a lot of other players have had accidental problems, and they didn't get suspended. So they're like, this is not fair, da-da-da. So WADA appealed it and said he was going to be suspended for a year. And then all of a sudden they worked out an agreement where he was only suspended for 90 days, so he's going to be able to play the French Open. They find it pretty convenient that he's going to be suspended right now, and he won't miss the next slam, and he won't lose a ton of points. So people are quite upset because, there's cases here in the article. There's a lot of cases where people, lower ranked players, are hung up in appeals, and what was this? Where's the article here? I'm just reading this. Yeah, favoritism, George. There's Britain's Tara Moore, who in 2002 was banned after testing positive for a metabolic in Baldone. After 19 months of torturous wrangling, the sources found that the contaminated meat at a local restaurant, and she was cleared, but the saga evaporated her savings and stuck her with 20,000 euro in debt. Her career was never recovered. So Sinner gets a free pass, yet when lower ranker players face career-threatening charges, sports do nothing to help him. So, but I guess that's true with life in general. The people that bring in and put tickets and seats in the crowd, right? They're going to give them a pass. But what do you think, Natalie? Do you think, I know you're young, do you think life is fair in general?
No.
No. So what do you think should happen to Jannik Sinner? Should he have been suspended for a year and that's it?
I personally think no, because it was, like you said, a cream for a cut. Iga had the thing with her sleep medication.
Yeah. She was suspended for a month.
Yes. I don't think it's fair, but I do agree with your point on life is not fair, and I do really think that with those lower ranked players got really, really bad case and a bad trade of cards, I would say.
Yeah. I think the problem is like Richard Gasquet is a French player who was suspended for a year because he had cocaine in his system, and he said he was kissing a girl and she had been doing cocaine, and they said we don't care. So Marin Cilic was suspended and saying, my mother put something in my drink, I didn't know what it was. He was suspended anyways. So that's what everybody's saying, like, okay, it's a mistake, but it doesn't matter the intent. The mistake is the mistake. So what they should do is change the rules. I think they have to change what intent is and how much is in the system, because they said, like, Sinner had the amount of steroids in his system couldn't have, like, done anything for anybody. So you have to, either you treat everybody the same or you don't. I mean, either you treat everybody the same. The rules are the same for everyone, I think. But it's really hard. You've got the number one player in the world out there.
Yeah.
You got an opinion, George?
I mean, like you were saying with, like, it being the company and, like, wanting to fill seats, like, I also believe, like, you're probably making an absorbent amount of money where you can afford to, like, the ones, especially the low ranks that are just, like, in a dead zone of, like, when are you going to look at my case? Yeah. Like, hire more people to look at your case. Like, there is obvious favoritism, and it sucks. They can do what they want.
Yeah.
But, more people need to yell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah. Boy, this is a hard one. It is obviously money talks, and that's the biggest thing. And I don't think Sinner in any way is a bad person. Obviously not. It's not really his fault, but it's his responsibility, right? And Agassi did the same thing when Agassi was taking, like, I think it was drugs. Like, he said that his trainer put something in his drink. It's like, it's the usual, it happens every time. But, we do have a WTA player which we're fortunate enough to comes and stays with us sometimes. And what the hard part is, like, we'll go to the gym with her and she's looking at a protein. You got to look at every ingredient because she goes in there and gets a protein shake from a local place and it could have a banned substance in it you don't even know. So that's what's really hard as a player. You got to be really careful about what your intake is because you could just go to a local store and, like they said, they put steroids in the meat down in Argentina, and that's what the British player got caught because there's steroids in that meat. It's a really hard job. Instead of just practicing playing tennis, you got to be worried about everything that you're intaking. So it's an interesting discussion. Anybody has got a comment about it, please put it in the comments section because I sound so funny. I sound like a marketer. But that's it. I just wanted to go over that. 3-month suspension. He'll be out until the French Open. He's out from, February 1st? Let's see, February 4th? I think it's February 4th to, like, May 9th. Yeah, February 9th to May 4th. So he's going to miss the Qatar Open, the B&P in Indian Wells, the Miami Open, the Rolex Masters, and the Madrid Open. He'll be back to appear in his home event in Italy. It will commence May 7th. Not only that, he will be eligible to compete in next season's, the Slam. Starting on May 25th, he can enter the French Open to continue his quest. Let's see. Even after staying away, okay. So he'll be away for 3 months, but he'll have enough points to remain number 1 in the rankings anyways. So he doesn't really lose much. Anyways, all right, everybody. That's the update. Strand Tennis Center podcast. Everybody have a great day. Hey, everybody. Hope you like the podcast. Please share it with your friends, anybody that you know, anybody that's into tennis, anybody that's into bettering themselves. Share it.